He was sold for 10 million belly to a celestial dragon. In this world, that meant one thing. His life was over. No freedom, no future, no hope. But what no one realized was that the boy kneeling in chains was counting down. 23 hours, that's all he needed. Because the slave they bought was about to become something far worse, a monster.
Chapter 2. The auction begins. Priced like animals. The air inside the auction house was suffocating, heavy, filled with perfume, arrogance, and hidden cruelty.
Logan stood inside an iron cage, a cold metal collar locked tightly around his neck. A faint clicking sound echoed every time he moved, the reminder of death hanging just inches from his throat. Explosive collar. One wrong move, and his head would be gone. Damn it! He clenched his fists. Around him, dozens of cages were lined up in rows. Humans, fishmen, long-arm tribe. Even rare mixed bloods, each one waiting to be sold. Not a single one spoke. Not because they didn't want to, but because they had already given up. Logan slowly raised his head. I won't end up like them. Not like this. Not as someone else's property. The show starts, ladies and gentlemen! A loud, exaggerated voice echoed across the hall. The auctioneer stepped onto the stage, his face full of excitement. Welcome to Auction House Number 1. Cheers erupted instantly. The audience sat in luxurious seats, dressed in expensive clothes, sipping wine as if they were here to enjoy entertainment. To them, this was entertainment. Logan's eyes darkened. Today we have a special selection of premium slaves, the auctioneer continued, grinning. Exotic races, rare bloodlines, and even some very unique specimens. The crowd leaned forward with interest, like predators watching prey. One by one, the cages were brought onto the stage. A strong fishman, a terrified human girl, a wounded warrior from a distant island. Each one was displayed, judged, sold. 500,000 belly, 700,000, 1 million. The hammer fell again and again. Each sound felt like a nail being driven into Logan's chest. This is their fate. He refused to accept it. Eyes on Logan. Then, the staff stopped in front of Logan's cage. Oh, the auctioneer's eyes lit up. Now this is interesting. The cage was pushed onto the stage. Bright light flooded over Logan. For a moment, he squinted, then slowly lifted his head. Gasps echoed through the hall. Look at his horns. Silver hair? What race is that? He's beautiful. Is he a hybrid? Excitement spread instantly. Logan could feel countless eyes scanning his body, evaluating, pricing. His nails dug into his palms, but his face remained cold. The auctioneer slammed his hammer down. Starting price, 1 million bali, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. The numbers skyrocketed in seconds. The crowd was hooked, a rare hybrid child. Perfect condition, exotic appearance. To them, he was treasure. Then, a voice cut through the noise. 10 million. Silence, instant, absolute. Everyone turned. A celestial dragon, wearing a bubble helmet, looking down like a god. Take him, he said lazily. He looks amusing. No one dared to bid further. Not against a celestial dragon. Not unless they wanted to die. The auctioneer trembled slightly and then forced a smile. Sold. For 10 million belly. The hammer dropped, bang, and just like that, Logan's fate was decided. Chains rattled as the cage was opened. Guards stepped forward. Move! One of them grabbed Logan hard, rough. Like he was nothing, something inside Logan snapped. His body trembled, not from fear, but from something far more dangerous. Rage, pure, unfiltered. His vision darkened. His heartbeat accelerated. 24 hours. Almost there. The power sleeping inside him was getting closer. Logan lowered his head, his expression hidden, but his lips moved slightly. Enjoy it while you can. The guard frowned. What did you say? Logan said nothing, but inside, his voice was cold as death. The moment I get that power, I will tear this entire place apart. As he was dragged away toward his new master, Logan's eyes flickered with a faint, terrifying light. The countdown had begun, and when it ended, Sabaudi would drown in blood.